Untitled, unfocused. Tyler, Raymond.
Raymond.
Um,
Raymond, why do you
listen
say
to
Raymond?
us. What do you say?
What?
What are you talking about?
I said you're not Raymond. Why do you say Raymond? Anyway. Listen to us on Audible.
No, I don't think that's true.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
No,
I
that's
have a
you
$100
are
I
0 for
will
2.
send feed pics. I don't have an OnlyFans yet, please.
That was crazy. I want you to know that was insane what you just did. So, please listen to this on anything. YouTube, podcast stuff. Share it, or don't share it. Whatever.
Share to get feed pics.
You're just making it worse. You're just going. I feel like once I can cut it out, but twice it's a bit now. You can't. It exists in the Untitled Focus universe.
I'll forget about it and maybe bring back a couple weeks later. It's gonna be ridiculous.
I'm glad we exchanged the last 3 days bit for this bit because I don't know if this one's better.
Story about feed pics. That there was fun times playing League of Legends.
Okay.
I was involved partially, but not really fully involved. Where people like to play League of Legends, right? And they're degenerates, so you can type nonsense in all chat and be like, I will lose this game for feed pics. I never typed that, but I was witnessing a friend, of course, typing this.
Mm.
They didn't have a Snapchat they could use, so they asked to use my Snapchat account, and I'm like, all right, I'll send it to you. Got feed pics, dude.
You're over there catfishing people?
To lose people? No.
Okay.
It was to lose a game. The feed pics, dude.
Oh, so it's like opposite.
Yeah, it's like I will lose this game if you send me feed pics.
Did it happen?
I mean, yeah, we lost the game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Ray, just to get off of that, today's Primal, episode 3, right? 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was called?
I believe it was called A Cold Death.
Yep. Yeah, it was, I think.
Okay.
So this episode, I thought was great.
I
It was all
enjoyed it.
cold. It was all like.
I actually like this episode better than the other 2 episodes before it.
I think I probably do too. I
will say this: the pilot episode is pretty heavy. It's pretty good. Pilot's pretty good. So it's really tough for me to say this episode actually beats the pilot.
I mean, the pilot has to like set up a lot of stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
again, really tough for me to say that. However, if you showed me this, I guess without showing me the pilot, I would still say this is a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I think that's such a good thing actually, is that all episodes are essentially, if you're watching them, they could all be one-ups.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I feel like there's not a whole lot of explaining that needs to be done for each one, right? I mean, I think that if you just go into this one just accepting their relationship with each other, I think that you're fine. I think that they definitely have a theme, and I feel like they've probably touched on it every episode so far, but it's like, I don't know, it's not really family, but it's like something like that.
Companionship.
Where like our main character, the big thing that we're kind of learning more and more about is like him and his family, right?
Mm-hmm.
He formed this bond with this dinosaur because of the dinosaur's family, right? And then this episode in particular, we had the mammoths.
The mammoths and their family.
Yeah, and their whole family, right?
The snakes had a family too.
Yeah, with each other, and then with like the big snake who was like the mom, right? I don't know. I just lost everything. It's gone.
Solid episode. I enjoyed it. I loved it actually. The animations were nice. It was very moving in different ways.
Mhm.
You can see that he kills like our caveman. He kills the animals, but he shows respect for them.
Oh, yeah, 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 that was a big thing. We got a nice flashback with him and his kid, right?
He did it with the mammoth earlier, but then we see in the cave flashbacks to him and his kid, and he's
Yeah,
teaching his kid you gotta show respect to these when you kill them.
yeah. It kinda reminded me of, like, how, Native Americans are portrayed in media, right?
A little bit of an Avatar feel, the movie. No stress.
Okay, I was very confused because at first I went to The Last Airbender series, and I was like, "That's a weird comparison," and then you said movie, and I was like, "I don't remember there being an Avatar movie," you know what I mean?
It's okay. James Cameron forgives you.
There was no War in Ba Sing Se,
Never was.
no. Um, yeah, man, it was good.
And like elephants never forget. So I mean, like the idea is that the
That's true.
mammoths don't forget.
Mhm.
Something like they have the mammoth graveyard in comparison to an elephant graveyard, and they bring the bones there of the dead there, and they're mourning their own way.
So, 2 things, right? 1, apparently I don't know if you knew this, right? But I think elephants in real life are one of the only animals to actually mourn their dead,
I do know that.
like us, right? So
Yeah,
that's cool.
they
And
do
then
cry and all that
2,
stuff.
um, you talked about they, like, never forget, right? I like that kind of, like, B plot of this episode where in the beginning, you feel sad for the one mammoth because
That's all
he's
alone, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's, like, alone because he's,
he's
like,
old.
old and
He's
weak.
dying.
Yeah, and they leave him, and you feel sad, but then another part of me was like, "Well, that's animals, I guess, survival of the fittest, like, we can't have you drag us down, we don't all wanna die because we gotta be slow with you," you know? And then he dies and everything like that, whatever. But then throughout the episode, and then at the end, obviously, all the mammoths came back to get his body, to get, like, all of his pieces, because obviously they found his body, but they didn't have all of it, they didn't have the tusk,
Mhm.
right? And so they went out of their way to come get that, and they weren't trying to kill anyone or anything, they were just trying to find, the rest of their family member, which I thought was great because, again, compared to the beginning of the episode, you were just like, they just didn't care about him at all,
And then
he
when you
just
think about it too, like that also like just to add on what you're saying, if they didn't attack the mammoth, they probably would have came back for him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, because like, to me, they obviously didn't know that he was, like, falling behind or he was dying or whatever.
Yeah.
'Cause he was in the back, so, you're not looking at every single person in a group at all times, you know? And
And even our dinosaur shows that too. The dinosaur's not looking behind them when he's moving.
yeah,
Yeah. That in a way
yeah,
kind of mirrors what the mammoths, I guess, were thinking. Like they look around, they're like, okay, where is he?
mhm.
We lost him.
I mean, and yeah, I mean, that's just proven by the fact that they did come back and they saw his body, like, the dead body, like, all, like like, looted basically by our 2 main characters, and they're like, "Well, no, 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 we can't have that, like, what happened here?" Uh, and also there's, like, a blizzard happening, that obscures your view and your hearing. So, I'm sure it was very easy for them to lose him. I thought it was hopeless too in the final fight scene. There's like
Yeah, I don't
20
think
of
they were
them.
gonna win, and then he gave it a tusk, and it was like, well, that's all they wanted.
Yeah. When they had the dinosaur pinned
Yeah,
between
I was
both of
like,
them,
that's it, dude. He's gonna die.
yeah, I was like,
They're gonna crush
"Oh,
him.
stop."
They're just gonna crush him.
It's like, "Help."
Also, what I was thinking, I was just thinking of Monster Hunter fighting Gammoth. People know that monster.
Okay.
You always want to fight him by being between his legs,
Mm,
mostly. You never
his
want
weak
to fight him uh, really anywhere else. I mean, you could fight him like near his trunk, but then you're asking for trouble.
you don't want him to spray water at you.
Well, he's a snow mammoth as well,
Ah, you don't want him to spray water
so
at
he'll
you.
like freeze you. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, he'll like
Yeah.
spray water at you.
I meant to say snow, but I said water again, and I just went with it.
Sometimes you just got to continue
Yeah,
the cycle.
yeah. Yeah, man, I agree with you. I think this might be my favorite episode. It's really good. You know, it has a lot of different elements to it.
Well, I mean, like, I'll definitely say my opinion. Like, first episode's better than the second episode. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
How I go for it. Not to say the second episode was bad, but to say like, second episode was obviously there just to show like they're now a team.
Mhm.
You know, the third episode by far feels good.
Yeah,
I
it's good.
honestly, you could cut out the second episode and act like it doesn't exist anymore.
I think that the good thing about the second episode was showing them at odds and, like, showing them that everything isn't all great, you
Mhm.
know, and then having them, like, have to overcome that. I thought that was nice. Uh, but yeah, I think this episode is better than that one because it just doubles down on, like, the companionship, like you said, and it doesn't only show it between them, it shows it with him and his dead family, and
Mhm.
then, the Mammoths, right?
Yeah,
Which is great. It also reminded me of Ice Age.
man, Matsuda, dude,
Yeah.
Manny, you know, my man's,
Mhm. Sid.
my man's Ray Romano. What a legend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Diego.
Played by, uh, isn't it Antonio Banderas?
I think it is Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so upset with that franchise
I say it
because
was pretty good. The first one, at least. I say.
yeah. I mean, I think the second one's pretty good.
Second one's not that bad. It's pretty good as
Yeah.
well.
I was disappointed by it because they just kind of left the like, human element. They never
Oh,
returned
from
to
like the
it.
first one, right? They left that out.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see some even just some Easter eggs or something of, like, you know, because humans didn't I mean, I don't know, they can go in their weird alternate universe, I guess, if they want to, but, like, humans survived, you know? Like, where we exist, right?
Wasn't there
To
like
look
the
for
meme
them.
of a couple years ago, like a big Ice Age baby?
Yeah, yeah. That was a weird one because, like, no one knows how it started.
Yeah,
It
a
just
big
started and
Ice Age baby. It was
yeah,
huge.
it's weird. Um, yeah, man, 3 episodes left, we're halfway through. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it ends, mostly. To see, like because the show doesn't really have, like, a story so much,
Hmm.
so I wanna see
We're just
if there
following them right now, which is pretty
yeah.
good.
So I wanna see if there is actually, like, an ending that, like, matters, and it's not
Hmm.
just, like, episodic in a sense, right?
We don't feel like this is the first half of season one, and that there will be more episodes they say coming this year.
I hope so.
Hmm.
That'd be nice. Did you see alright, real quick before we end it, right? Did you see that, uh, Dragon Prince got renewed?
We didn't even
Do you
finish
know
season one.
that's true. We do have to finish that. There are 2 or 3 seasons out of Dragon Prince, and Netflix re-upped it, not only for another season, but its entire run, which is gonna be 7 seasons in total. They are
Big boy
fully
status.
committed to this show.
I guess they must have sold them with the writing, because I mean Netflix would
They
normally
must have,
the
yeah.
writing and the sales, obviously,
I mean,
or like
also,
the views. I mean, like, so
they are completely sold on that team because think about it,
that's the thing.
Avatar
Avatar is a
Avatar
heavy
came to
hitting.
Netflix, and it's one of their most successful shows ever on the service, and then
Korra
Korra
slays.
is coming in, like, a month or, like, a week or something like that. It's coming very soon to
I mean, like,
Netflix.
so like the resurgence of Avatar memes came back because, as always, whenever Avatar hits a new
Yeah.
network, it's going to be
Mhm.
hitting the resurgence. So we're in the resurgence of Avatar memes. Korra is going to be right at that perfect time, actually, because I think Avatar came out like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
So it's going to be at that perfect time where it's going to be like, man, I want to watch something like Avatar. Boy, do you have something that's going to be in your recommended feed on Netflix. It's going to be
Yeah.
Korra. People are going to hop on that. Like, it's the same role as Avatar. It's going to be different, but people are going to enjoy it nonetheless. They're just going to take all of it in.
I think that
Avatar.
Korra gets too much hate.
Korra does get too much hate. I mean, like, it's a very different show. If you can look at it, that's not supposed to be a growth show. Characters already grown. Instead, it's a show about beliefs and ideas and the politics behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just a different show, you know, like, they they didn't sit down, they were like, "Alright, let's do Avatar again," you
Because it's
know?
very easy to do. It's not hard.
Yeah. They could have. I mean, the same thing with Dragon Prince. Like we've only we've only seen a couple episodes, but like Dragon Prince isn't Korra
Avatar.
or
It's a
Avatar.
different show from what we're seeing. Pretty good. It's set up nicely.
We should definitely do that at some point. We should definitely watch it because I remember really liking it. So yeah, man. But you have you have glasses and a monocle. I feel like that defeats the purpose.
You understand how hard, difficult it is to see? At least me, I'm just saying personally. It's like, I can see like this. This is fine. I take this off. It's like I can see up to like turn myself. Like that show like this is like the farthest I can see clearly, and then from here it all blurs out. I don't know what distance that is.
What's the opposite of concave?
Convex.
If you put concave glasses in front of convex glasses, does it cancel out?
Well, these are convex, right?
I don't know.
Because like they're going like this cave is usually like this. This is gonna be going in or indented.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, untitled, unfocused. That was Primal. Next week, we got episode 4. We're gonna see how it is. Odds are, at some point, there's gotta be a bad episode, right? Like at some point.
Never. Turns out the show only keeps going up.
So good. So yeah, listen to us wherever. Download it. Subscribe to the feed. Subscribe to the channel. Even, Ray's keeping that promise, so you better hold him to it.
They're not that nice, so I mean, like you pay for what you get. I mean, $100. You get them.
You pay for what you get. A measly $100.
Curious about a man's feet. Let's be honest, they're not the best feet out there.
I like the idea of me putting my PayPal in the description, but then like it's not connected in any way. Yeah, man.
You just the relay for me. Someone wanted the feet pics.
Somebody. All right, that's it. It's over.
Or blow up, dude. People are gonna come back to this, okay?
They might, yeah.
And then they're gonna be sending you a bunch of stuff, and it's gonna be like, yo, where are they?